Have you ever wondered how much we really inherit from our parents? Imagine putting Hollywood's biggest celebrity dads side by side with their sons, but at the exact same age. Would they look like twins? Would their careers align? Or would it show just how much times have changed? Today, we're diving into this fascinating father-son dynamic with some jaw-dropping comparisons. Stick around till the end because the last pair might just blow your mind. Seriously, you don't want to miss it. Before we jump in, let me ask you for a small favor. Have you subscribed yet? We're so close to hitting 1,000 subscribers, and you can be the one to help us reach that milestone. If you love intriguing content like this, smash that subscribe button and join the family. Now, let's get started. Will Smith and Jaden Smith both at 23. Will Smith at 23 was living the dream. He was the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, charming the world with his humor, charisma, and catchy rap tracks. Remember his early interviews? He was always so confident, like he knew he was destined for greatness. Now compare that to Jaden Smith at the same age. At 23, Jaden wasn't just riding the wave of his dad's fame, he was breaking boundaries in music, acting, and fashion. From his thought-provoking music to his bold fashion choices, remember his Louis Vuitton skirt, Jaden has always been, well, different. But here's the thing, while Will had a traditional path to stardom, Jaden's career is all about pushing the envelope. The question is, does Jaden's edgy style outshine his dad's iconic charm? Let us know what you think in the comments. Denzel Washington and John David Washington both at 35. Denzel Washington at 35 was in his prime. He had already earned his first Oscar nomination for Cry Freedom and was becoming one of the most respected actors of his time. His ability to bring depth and intensity to his roles was unmatched. Plus, who could forget that iconic voice? Now, let's look at John David Washington at 35. At this age, John was stepping into his father's massive shoes, starring in hits like Tenet and BlacKkKlansman. But here's a fun fact. Did you know John initially avoided acting because he didn't want to be compared to his dad? He even pursued a career in professional football first. So what do you think? Does John's career path make him more relatable? Or do you think he should embrace the legacy of being Denzel's son fully? Clint Eastwood and Scott Eastwood both at 30. Clint Eastwood at 30 was already making a name for himself in Hollywood. Known for his rugged good looks and stoic demeanor, he was the ultimate cowboy, thanks to his roles in westerns like A Fistful of Dollars. His sharp jawline and piercing stare were enough to make him a Hollywood icon. Now let's fast forward to Scott Eastwood at 30. While he's followed in his dad's footsteps as an actor, Scott has taken a slightly different route, appearing in modern blockbusters like The Longest Ride and Suicide Squad. And let's not forget he's a spitting image of his dad. Seriously, have you seen side-by-side photos? It's like Clint hit copy-paste. But here's the big question, can Scott ever escape Clint's shadow and become a legend in his own right? David Beckham and Brooklyn Beckham both at 21. At 21, David Beckham was already a household name. He was dazzling fans at Manchester United with his free kicks and killer style. People weren't just watching him for his skills, they were obsessed with his looks and charm. Beckham mania was real. Now let's compare that to Brooklyn Beckham at 21. Instead of following in his dad's cleats, Brooklyn took a creative route. He's into photography, modeling, and even cooking. Yep, cooking. He's also made headlines for his high-profile relationships, including his recent marriage to actress Nicola Peltz. While Brooklyn's career is entirely different from his dad's, you've got to wonder, will he ever match David's global superstar status? If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're just a few subscribers away from hitting 1,000, and we'd love for you to be part of our growing community. Let's keep going. Tom Hanks and Colin Hanks both at 30. Tom Hanks at 30 was America's sweetheart. With his boyish charm and relatable roles, he had already started to win over audiences in films like Splash. There's something about Tom that just makes you want to root for him, right? Now let's talk about Colin Hanks at the same age. While he inherited his dad's friendly vibe, Colin took on more quirky and offbeat roles in shows like Fargo and Dexter. He's also got that classic Hanks charm, but let's be real, does he have the same star power as Tom? That's up for debate. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Patrick Schwarzenegger both at 25. When Arnold Schwarzenegger was 25, he was already a global sensation in bodybuilding, holding multiple Mr. Universe titles. His discipline and ambition were insane, paving the way for his action-packed Hollywood career. At the same age, Patrick Schwarzenegger has taken a different path. He's a rising star in acting and modeling, and while he may not be lifting 500-pound weights like his dad, Patrick has certainly inherited Arnold's good looks and charm. But here's the real question, can Patrick build a legacy as iconic as his dad's, or will he always be Arnold's son? Jackie Chan and J.C. Chan both at 32. Jackie Chan at 32 was an unstoppable force. He wasn't just an actor, he was a one-man action machine, performing death-defying stunts and redefining martial arts in cinema. At 32, J.C. Chan was pursuing his own path in music and acting. While he's undeniably talented, his career hasn't reached the heights of his father's. That said, their bond remains strong, and JC has often spoken about the pressures of living up to Jackie's legendary status. But here's a thought: do you think it's fair to compare JC's achievements to Jackie's, or should we celebrate his individuality? Kurt Russell and Wyatt Russell both at 35. Kurt Russell at 35 was already a Hollywood legend, known for his rugged roles in classics like Escape from New York and The Thing. With his iconic charisma and that unmistakable head of hair, Kurt had carved out a niche as one of the coolest leading men of his time. Now, let's look at Wyatt Russell at the same age. Wyatt has followed in his dad's footsteps but taken on a unique path with roles in projects like Overlord and The Falcon and The Winter Soldier. Fun fact: before acting, Wyatt was a professional hockey player. Imagine going from scoring goals to being in blockbuster hits. So what do you think? Does Wyatt carry the same screen presence as his dad, or is he forging a whole new legacy? Donald Sutherland and Kiefer Sutherland both at 40. Donald Sutherland at 40 was redefining Hollywood with his standout performances in films like MASH and Don't Look Now. Known for his intense gaze and distinctive voice, Donald had already built a career that oozed sophistication and depth. At the same age, Kiefer Sutherland was making waves as Jack Bauer in 24, one of the most iconic TV roles of all time. Did you know that Kiefer credits his dad for teaching him the value of discipline in acting? While Donald dominated the silver screen, Kiefer became a household name on television. It's amazing how both father and son became legends in their own lanes, but if you had to choose, who's your favorite Sutherland? Robert Downey Sr. and Robert Downey Jr. both at 30. Let's talk about one of the most legendary duos in Hollywood history. Robert Downey Sr. and Robert Downey Jr. at 30. Robert Downey Sr. was a pioneer in the world of indie filmmaking. His satirical movies like Putney Swope challenged Hollywood norms and made him a cult icon. He was bold, innovative, and unafraid to push boundaries. Now, fast forward to Robert Downey Jr. at 30. By this age, he had already shown his acting chops in films like Chaplin, earning him an Oscar nomination. But, as many of you know, it wasn't all smooth sailing. He faced struggles with substance abuse that nearly derailed his career. Fast forward to today, and RDJ is one of the biggest stars on the planet, thanks to his iconic portrayal of Iron Man. The question is, would Robert Downey Jr.'s success have been possible without the creative foundation laid by his dad? Or did RDJ's resilience create a legacy that even his father couldn't have imagined? And there you have it, iconic fathers and their equally iconic sons at the same age. Some are like mirror images, while others have taken completely different paths. Either way, it's fascinating to see how talent and charm get passed down through generations. Which father-son duo surprised you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're so close to hitting 1,000 subscribers, and with your help, we can make it happen today. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more fascinating videos like this one.